Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kavita Thakur and this video is all about my Infosys interview questions and the tips and tricks which everyone should follow while giving an interview. And I promise this video is not only helpful for the CA candidates but also for the 11, 12 CPT, IPCC, CA final students as well as the one who have already qualified the CA exam and looking for the job. So starting with my Infosys interview questions, the process was quite simple. Infosys shortlisted me in the second round of the campus placement, and then they sent an application form via mail which I have to fill with my written handwriting and send it back to them. So after that, my interview was scheduled on 6th of March, and here are the questions what they have asked for me. So starting with the first question, his first question was, can you please run me through your CV? And this question is also often asked by the name, tell me about yourself. This is the one of the most important question, and this is that question which is going to decide your further interview process, and this is the question in which you can portray all your abilities and skills to him, and this is the only chance where you can impress him. So you have to tell everything, your background, your work experience, and something uniqueness in you which is not in the other candidates. Second question was, what do you know about Infosys? Obviously, this is also one of the most important questions for whichever company you are going to be interviewed. You have to study about them. You have to study annual report. And one hint I would like to give you, download the annual report and study the management analysis and discussion part where you will get everything about that company, their business model, their financials, and everything. So that part is very important. You have to study just that part, and you will be prepared for that company. And his third question was, why Infosys? In this question, every candidate say, okay, I see learning, growth, future. But this is very common answer. You have to see something unique. Like I have said that Infosys focuses on the gender equality. They also give the chances to disabled person. Like these things attract me about the Infosys. Okay, so you have to give answers like this. And the question number 4 was, being a CA, why do you want to come in IT sector? Of course, IT sector is very different field from our CA field. So this question will be asked by you every time if you are going in an IT sector. So I answered this question like this, that government has taken many initiatives to boost the IT sector, and I see there is very good future of IT sector, and of course Infosys is best in IT sector, so I want to join Infosys. Like this I have framed my answer and given to them. Then his question number 5 was, what is best in you? What are you known for? Here you have to say some skill which sets you apart. Here I have said that I'm very good at analytics, and I have strong analytical skills. Like these, I said 2 or 3 skills of me. So he just caught this word of my strong analytical skills and asked a situation on this. So his sixth question was, suppose you have 1 crore and you have financials of TCS and Infosys. Where will you invest and why? So I answered this question exactly. Any CS student can answer this easily. Then his question number 7 was, give me latest big news of IT sector. Here I stammered because I didn't study the IT related news. So I just say to him that I'm really sorry. I'm engaged so much in studies and all from the past years that I didn't get time to study the IT related news, or I didn't study very much news, but I will try my best to start from now on. Besides saying exactly that I don't know, you should give reason for everything. His question number 8 was, do you know about the latest deal which Infosys has cracked? I studied about this. Infosys has cracked a deal for maintaining the GST website with the government recently. So I said about this to him. So he's asked me in the question number 9, suggest me some improvements which we can make in GST website. And this question can be answered by every article because we all suffer from the GST website. So this was a very easy question for us. And okay, then his question was, what do you know about this job role? Like I was being hired for associate consultant. So I studied already job description, and I said to him everything. And so I gave him full job description, which I have studied in the campus website. So he was quite impressed. Okay, I know about my role and everything. And his question number 10 was, name all solvency ratios, their formulas, and how you analyze them. This is very basic question which we study in class 11th, and often we always forget our basic concepts. So I will recommend you to always go through the basics and these type of questions like ratio analysis, comparative analysis, because this is something intellectual and this is going to be asked in every interview. So please refer this before going to any interviews. Question number 11, he asked me, do you know any terms of IT? Luckily, my younger brother is in IT sector, so I know some of the terms like blockchain, artificial intelligence, smart city, and Internet of Things. And then he put another question and he asked me, what is blockchain? And I was very good at blockchain, so I just explained him everything. And he was quite impressed that okay, she is from CA field and she know about blockchain, what is block, previous hash code and data and everything. I told about him. So he was quite impressed by this question. And then he asked me what is Bitcoin and currently Bitcoins are at what price. So that was also very easy and a general knowledge question. And then his question number 13 was name all the ITR forms. So any article can answer this, ITR 1, ITR 2, which they are used for. And then his question, this was one of the typical question which I felt, that what is the difference between tax audit of a manufacturing company and a banking company. Here I just got blanked and I said to him, sir, please give me 1 minute to think. And then I took my time to think and I formed the structure of the answer and I answered him correctly. And then his question number 15 was, is economy heading in right direction? What is your opinion? So this is also a very general knowledge question which everyone can answer and very basic. You just have to be aware about the Indian economy every time. His question number 16, he then gave me some situations of India's 115, which is our revenue recognition. So he just gave me some situations. How shall we recognize revenue in financing arrangement? How should we recognize revenue in service concession arrangements? What is PCM method, input method, output method? That's all. So these were also very general and basic questions. And then he asked something about the, what do you know about transfer pricing? So transfer pricing is obviously one of the chapter in our international taxation. Everybody knows about that and it was very easy for me. And then his last question was, give me any 3 reasons why should I reject you. This question was one of the most typical question till now because I was prepared for why should we hire you. But he asked me why should I reject you and he demanded 3 reasons for that. So I just stopped him and I said, sir, let me give 1 minute to think this. And then I thought, okay, he asked me the reverse question, the opposite question, so I should also answer opposite. So I answered him, sir, if you're looking for someone who is not hardworking, who is not curious about the job, then I'm not right fit for your job. And second reason I gave to him, sir, if you're looking for someone who do every work very casually, who is not a overthinker and deep thinker, then you should not hire me. And thirdly, I was not able to recognize any reason. So I just said him that I don't think there is any third reason for which you should reject me. And then I thought that he was quite impressed by this answer. And then he asked me, okay, any questions for me? And whenever an interviewer asks any questions for me, you always have to ask at least 2 or 3 questions to him. So my first question to him was that, is there any skill which I should possess, which I should require before joining the Infosys? And the second question was, how are the growth prospects in your company? And third question was, how is your experience in Infosys? So I asked these 3 questions to him and then he said, he answered all of my questions and he said thank you to me and nice to meet you, and my technical round was over. I did not know that how it went and I did not know anything about it, and then I gave interview in the B company as you have seen in the part 1. Let's come to HR round, and then Infosys called me for the HR round, and there was a lady, I greeted her and she asked the first question, tell me about yourself, for which I was always prepared. And then she asked me about my strengths, and one more question she asked me that, how you have used your strength throughout your life. Give me any example where you have used my strength. This was the question from her side, and that's all. And then she said, okay, I'm extending an offer to you. And then she verified my address, my mobile number, my email ID and everything. And then she sent me the declaration by mail. So that was all for the Infosys interview. So now talking about the tips and tricks, I'm going to give you very important tips from which you can clear any interview. Okay, let's clear one thing. Your every competitor is a chartered accountant. Everyone is freshly qualified. Okay, everyone has a good experience in the articleship, and like everything is for everyone. They have also read the same books. You have same technical knowledge. There is no difference in technical knowledge at all. And you have given the same exams. You have passed in the same attempt. What sets you apart is your confidence, your communication skills, your public speaking skills, and something unique in you, which is not there in every participant. and you have to frame some unique answers, like the answer for tell me about yourself, the answer for why do you want to join Infosys, the answer for why do you want to join IT sector. These type of answers you have to set some uniqueness which others are not able to answer. So my first trick is that be confident. If you will be confident now, so it doesn't matter if you answer something wrong and if you don't know something, because for them our technical knowledge is not that matters, because they are going to give us training. They will make us learn all the softwares and they will make us learn all the skills which they require for their job. What matters is the confidence and communication skills, because all the time we have to contact with the clients, and if we are not able to communicate properly, then we are of no use to them. So confidence and communication is the very important thing, and it is something which is not going to come overnight. If you are a CPT student, IPCC student, final student, if you are waiting for your result, you are at any point of time in your career, you should improve your communication skills. You should participate in the SICASA programs, in our ICI programs, and should try to speak wherever you can. You should try to speak in English and improve it, because it is not going to happen overnight, and this will be one of the most added advantage for you. My second tip is, if you don't know the answer, you should not say directly, no sir, I don't know this. You should say something like that, I'm really sorry, I'm not aware about that, or I'm really sorry, I'm not able to recall it. Okay, but I promise I will go through it after this interview. My third tip is, be curious about the company. Show them that you are interested in their organization and you will be a permanent employee. You will not switch in 1 year or 2 years. You have to show interest in their company, interest in your job. Coming towards the fourth tip, you should not answer quickly and you should not say too much in speed. Like, you should not say in the 1.5 and 2 key speed. You should say normal and always in the slow speed, because your brain needs time to think. If you will say quickly now, then you will say rubbish. So that's why think and then say. And even you can take time to think from them, and there is no issue at all. They will understand, okay, now that this candidate is very intellectual and he thinks before speak. So this is a very good thing. Someone has asked me about the GD topic of Vedanta. So the GD topic of Vedanta for me was disinvestment in PSUs. This was very easy topic for me, but there was so many candidates who were very smart and they are not giving chance anyone to speak. So you have to be smart, you have to be spontaneous for that. And only 2 or 3 people get selected in the GD out of 10. So it's very hard. I should read the newspaper, because every GD topic is very general and everything about the news is only. Somebody has asked me, is it mandatory for doing Big Four articleship to get a good company? I don't think so, because I got shortlisted by very good companies and I have not done articleship with any Big Four firm. I was in a mid-sized firm in Bhopal. But it's just that you should have a good knowledge and you should have experience of every firm. But I would recommend that do not join any firm which do departmentalization. Do learn every type of work and do learn as much as you can during your articleship period, because it is going to reflect in your resume. And my last tip for all the 11, 12 CPT, IPCC, CA final students is that read news as much as you can. Read Economic Times, read the business news, finance related news daily. So many of you want to know about the shortlisting criteria. Let me tell you, it depends on company to company. Some companies uses the first attempt criteria, the marks criteria, articleship criteria to filter out the students. But I'm saying only about the some companies, but most of the companies do not do this. They just see the candidature, they shortlist everyone, they take the GDs, they take written test, and then they proceed towards the personal interview. So there are very few companies who uses these type of filters. And let me give you an example of one of my senior. He cleared CA in 4 to 5 attempts, but we have got a package of 9 lakh in the campus itself. So what matters is your performance in the GD, your performance in the written test, and also your performance in the personal interview. Besides this, if you have any query regarding campus selection, regarding shortlisting criteria and everything, you can just comment in this video and I will reply each one of your comments. So that's all for this video, and my next video will be on the topic my strategy for the both group for clearing CA final in the first attempt. And do not miss that video, it is very important, it will be very useful for you. So stay tuned, please subscribe my channel, and thank you so much for watching.